I'm Brad Heller with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Giants pass rusher Kayvon Thibodeau has set a big personal goal entering his third season. He wants to break the sack record of 22.5 held by former Giant great Michael Strahan and current Steeler T.J. Watt. Thibodeau had a career-high 11.5 in 2023. He believes the game has evolved since Strahan played, and he's confident these changes will work in his favor. New Steelers linebacker Patrick Queen said he turned down more money for a chance to win right now with Pittsburgh. The former Raven said he had offers from teams for some $17 million a year, but opted to take less and signed for 3 years and $41 million because he believes he can win a championship there. And Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter says he's ready to be better than he was last season as a rookie. He's focused on conditioning this spring in the hopes of staying strong throughout 2024. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
From groan-worthy dad jokes to patching up skinned knees, your one-of-a-kind dad deserves a gift guaranteed to take him to his happy place. Show him the love with a gift as unforgettable as he is. Omaha Steaks. Order the deluxe Father's Day gift package at omahasteaks.com. 20 unforgettable entrees plus 4 free burgers for just $89.99 when you use promo code SIZZLE at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com. Code SIZZLE at checkout.
Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
Well, I already reminded you, but I'll remind you again. It is a Tuesday, the 28th day of May, 2024. We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California. And I'm Carroll in the newsroom. It's Jared. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
It is a Tuesday, right?
I think so. Tuesday. Okay. Yeah, feels like a Monday, but it's Tuesday.
Yes, trust me, it's a Tuesday. Okay. By the way, last week we celebrated Cher's birthday, 78 years old. Well, at least about 45% of her is 78 anyway. Cher, of course, born in the Imperial Valley.
Yeah, but you'd never know because she doesn't really talk about it.
No. Okay. Anyway, you had a good weekend, I trust?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Memorial Day. It's always good to have a couple days off.
Yes.
Get some rest.
Okay. And I got in the spirit. Well, first off, the Memorial Day ceremonies at Buckley Park, but later in the day, grilled the All-American hot dog. I had thought about grilling some bratwurst, but I figured, okay, we'll go All-American.
Yeah.
Go with the proverbial Frankfurter, right?
You know, nothing more American, right?
Yes.
Apple pie and I guess a hot dog. Yeah.
I passed on the apple pie. Oh, well. Anyway, we've got some birthdays to celebrate and a few other things to do. What's going on in the world, all sorts of things. Do you realize Pac-Man debuted this month back in 1980?
Wow.
Yeah, but, you know, when I think about it, my favorite game from that era was Asteroids. I mean, you just sat around lighting up rocks. Yeah, kind of like being a former Disney TV star, right? Are you ready for the birthdays?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll jump in with our big shot birthdays. Actor Carroll Baker, 93. She was in a whole slew of big budget pictures in the 60s and 70s. Singer Gladys Knight is 80. No word on the Pips. Singer Billy Vera is 80. Usually it's Billy Vera and the Beaters. John Fogerty of CCR, 79. Actor Luis Mustillo is 66. And there was a TV show based on a movie. It was called Courtship of Eddie's Father. And little Eddie was played by actor Brandon Cruz. Brandon Cruz is now 62. Actor Krista Miller, 60. Singer Kylie Minogue, 56. Actor Justin Kirk, 55. Actor Jake Johnson, 46. Actor Monica Kina, 45. Actor Alexa Davalos is 42. Actor Megan Ekinwanoki is 42. Singer Kobe Kale is 39. Actor Carey Mulligan is 39. Local birthdays, got a bunch coming up.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
Happy birthday, Carolina Anchondo, Millie Lopez, Alexandria Zavala, Tina Ross, Dominic Paramo, Chelsea Luna, Lucy Coriel, Nancy Abiang, Noe Teles, Isaac Leon, Herb Pearson, Kathy Williams, Maria Luera, Rosemary Pacheco, Tanya Thomas, Lori Weaver, and Joshua Pena. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, many happy returns. Short week, and this week, I'm not sure. I forgot to look at the graduation schedule, but for the most part, graduations are scheduled next week. A whole bunch of graduations next week. So, graduates, we salute you. Let's see. Oh, here's an interesting fact. Did you know watermelon is good for dogs and has increased health benefits? I didn't know that. I did know that most of the dogs we've had loved watermelon and cantaloupe. But dogs who eat watermelons are called what? Water dogs? Melancholies? Yeah, hang in there. We'll keep working on that. Any other suggestions? Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah. We've got news. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, quick. It's a look at World and California news headlines right now, and it is brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
CBS News Brief. Closing arguments have just gotten underway at Donald Trump's hush money trial. The former president spoke as he entered the courthouse in New York.
Thank you all very much. We'll see how it goes. This is a very dangerous day for America. It's a very sad day.
Mr. Trump's attorney telling jurors his client is innocent. Deliberations could begin as early as tomorrow. Consumer confidence has gone up after 3 straight months of declines. Analysts were expecting it to drop again. The conference board says we are still anxious about inflation and interest rates. The Pope says sorry after he was quoted using a gay slur during a closed-door meeting with bishops. CBS's Vicki Barker from the Foreign Desk.
Now the Vatican says the pontiff never intended to use a homophobic term and that he apologizes to anyone who was offended.
The U.S. Appeals Court for Washington, D.C. has agreed to fast-track a hearing on legal challenges to a law that would ban TikTok in September. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
My name is Josephine Conway, and I'm an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. When locals need help feeding themselves and their families, they turn to the Imperial Valley Food Bank. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Help fight hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online at www.ivyfoodbank.org.
California headline news. Possible shark sightings prompting the closure of a 2-mile stretch of beach in San Clemente. Sighting would appear to be aggressive shark behavior. Beachgoer Laura Feroci was there with her children.
The kids want to go in the water. They want to know how many sharks. They want to know what's going to happen. My daughter asked if sharks can eat police officers and people.
A surfer reported being bumped off his board by what he believed to be a shark. Another swimmer reporting a dark object swimming toward him. Waves of tributes to Bill Walton, the basketball legend who went on to a long career as a popular TV analyst. Longtime friend and San Diego broadcaster Ted Leitner says Walton was larger than life.
You talk about one of these guys where they talk about gets up and opens the curtains and good morning, how you doing? I mean, and not phony, not a phony bone in his body. He just loved life.
Walton lived in San Diego and won 2 national championships as a college player at UCLA. He died of cancer Monday at the age of 71. Gas prices in the state averaging $5.11 a gallon. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
We see a lot of news about teens vaping, but teens see something else. Videos on social media that glamorize it and downplay the dangers of nicotine. How can parents talk so kids will listen? Use facts. 1. Nicotine can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can make teens more anxious. 3. Changes to the brain can be permanent. So even when it hides behind a new look, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
It's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations in the valley to serve you. At El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, at the Imperial Valley Mall. And don't forget about their mobile service. It comes to where you are at no additional charge.
In the KXO newsroom, fallen military personnel remembered. Here's George Gale.
Memorial Day ceremonies held across the county on Monday. VFW Post 9305 was part of a few of the ceremonies. They had a ceremony at 9 a.m. at Evergreen Cemetery in El Centro. At 10 a.m., they joined the city of El Centro for a ceremony at the Veterans Memorial Wall in Buckley Park. The guest speaker at that event was the Honorable Poli Flores Jr. The annual Memorial Day walk from Westmoreland to Brawley was held early in the morning, and a Memorial Day ceremony was held at Riverview Cemetery in Brawley at 10 a.m. Kxo Memorial Day ceremony also held at 10 a.m. at Mountain View Cemetery in Calexico. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And Brawley Chamber has a new operating officer. The Chamber of Commerce for Greater Brawley names their new COO. Karen Montano has been promoted into the position. She has been with the Chamber since 2021. In announcing the promotion, the Chamber said Montano has demonstrated exceptional dedication and expertise, significantly contributing to the organization's success. She received her bachelor's degree at UABC de Baja California, and she was promoted to Marketing and Communications Director in 2022. KXO News Time, 7:42.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. Now we're talking Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. See a Quick Lane service advisor and get the best price guaranteed. Remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and they're conveniently located in the Brawley Auto Center, at the Imperial Valley Mall, at El Centro Motors, and their new mobile service van comes to you with no added charge.
And a stolen vehicle is recovered. Here's George Gale with that.
The vehicle was found about 5 feet down in a ditch with beer bottles strewn about outside the vehicle. Driver was nowhere to be found. Investigation determined that the Yuma County authorities had been looking for the vehicle. It was later determined that the vehicle had been reported stolen from Lake Havasu, Arizona. The incident remains under investigation. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And Calexico Summer Programs. The Calexico Recreation Department is hosting the summer programs. This year, there is something different. Residents can register for the programs they want to participate in from the comfort of their home. Simply go online to calexico.ca.myrec.com. Create an account, adding members of your household to your account. Once you are set up, you will be ready for a registration day. For seniors, they will have a step-by-step workshop on Tuesday, May 28th at the Calexico Community Center starting at 9 a.m. Summer program registration dates are for seniors May 29th at 8 a.m. and for the general public, it is May 30th at 8 a.m. Registration for swimming classes is on June 25th at 8 a.m. Call the Calexico Recreation Department if you have any questions. KXO News Time, 7:44.
And that's it for page one of the local news. Page one is service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the Imperial Valley and mobile service vans that go where you are. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
IID reminds everyone that celebrations at any time of the year can be festive and safe. To make the most of them, IID asks you to keep balloons made of Mylar securely tied down. By doing so, you'll help avoid a risk to public safety and preventing power outages. When you safely secure these metallic balloons, you're helping to be safe and keep the power on for everyone. That is something to celebrate. And when the festivities are over, IID thanks you for deflating and disposing of them properly. IID, where customers always come first.
Page two of the local news and some weather, all brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers and Beer.
Summer Recreation Guide. City of El Centro Parks and Recreation Division has released their Summer Recreation Guide. Here's George Gale.
The city will offer a variety of programs, including a morning camp, swim classes, and various exercise classes, including volleyball and basketball. There will also be music classes at the community center and exercise classes for individuals ages 18 and up at the adult center. Registration opens May 29th, tomorrow. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And there has been an arson arrest. A suspect has been arrested in an apparent arson incident on Saturday at about 2 p.m. Multiple agencies responded to the area of the Colorado River and Zoo Island after receiving reports of a brush fire. Fire crews worked to extinguish the fire as it burned several acres in the Imperial National Wildlife Refuge. Initial investigation by Yuma County Sheriff's deputies determined that the fire was intentionally set. Deputies were able to identify a suspect and arrest him. Jason Bradley Martin, 47, of Yuma, was booked into Yuma County Detention Center on charges of reckless burning, arson, criminal damage, and several other charges. In Calipatria City Council, they meet Tuesday. Here's George Gale.
The meeting starts at 5:30 p.m. with closed session and is scheduled to adjourn to open session at 6 p.m. Among the items on the agenda is possible action to install new bus shelters and rehabilitate the existing ones. Action may also be taken on SB1 funding for essential road maintenance and rehabilitation. Meeting will be held in the City Council chambers at the City Hall in Calapat. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And several displaced in Calexico. A residential fire was reported Friday afternoon. The fire burned a house and 3 apartments. Calexico Fire Department responded to the call at 2 in the afternoon. The fire was reported near South Pauline Avenue and East 7th Street. Initial reports were that the fire started in the carport from a vehicle fire. Strong winds fueled the fire and it spread to the house and then to the apartments. Calexico Fire received assistance from El Centro, the county, Brawley, and Holtville Fire Departments. The fire destroyed the structures and all the possessions inside. Several people were displaced. The Red Cross was on hand to help the displaced find temporary lodging. The city, several residents, businesses, police, and fire department were able to donate essential items to the displaced residents and their children. One Kxo firefighter suffered a minor injury. He was taken to the hospital where he was treated and released. No other injuries were reported. The investigation to determine the exact cause is still underway. KXO News Time, 7:48. That's it.
Did you know that Burgers and Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? With specials on select appetizers, beer specials, and more. Ask about drink specials all day with $5 drinks like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. Our weekday lunch specials include a soft drink from only $8 to $11. May specials include sangria, birria melt, and $5 bottles of Corona. Burgers and Beer with 5 locations, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Burgers and Beer for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says hot and dry weather will continue for the foreseeable future, with the Imperial and Yuma valleys reaching 100 to 105 degrees each afternoon. A weak disturbance will pass north of the region midweek, but will result in almost no sensible change in conditions outside of a slight increase in winds. Above normal temperatures will carry into this weekend with dry conditions prevailing. 100, the high in the valley yesterday, 66, the overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 103. West-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then turning out of the northwest. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 71. West winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest after midnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 103. West-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming south. We have 75 degrees downtown El Centro, 31% relative humidity, wind out of the north-northeast at about 3 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, and the weather brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't forget, daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and of course, happy hour from 3 till 6 p.m. every day.
Know your rights. The Family Justice Center is here for you. If you're a victim of domestic violence, sexual assault, elder or dependent adult abuse from family, friends, or others, we can help. It's up to you and people around you to keep a watchful eye on our neighbors and community members. You should be treated with dignity and respect, with no fear or abuse. If you see this, call the Family Justice Center for guidance at 760-336-3965, ensuring safety, protecting families, and seeking justice.
It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. The Imperial Tigers softball team has advanced to the CIF Southern California Softball Championship in Division III. Saturday, the Tigers won the San Diego Section Division II title with an 11-2 win over Eastlake. The Tigers go into the softball championship round with a 27-3-1 record. They'll be home team today against the JW North Huskies from Riverside. North comes into the playoffs with a 17-15 record. NBA action. Yesterday, the Celtics dropped Indiana 105-102. Boston wins the East Finals 4-0. Coming up today, it's the Timberwolves and Mavericks. The Mavericks lead the West Finals 3-0. And basketball legend Bill Walton, who led the UCLA Bruins to 2 national titles before winning 2 championships during his NBA career, died at the age of 71 after a prolonged battle with cancer. Walton died Monday, according to a release from the NBA.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And in Major League Baseball action yesterday, the Orioles trounced the Red Sox 11-3. Twins nipped the Royals 6-5. Blue Jays beat the White Sox 5-1. The Brewers topped the Cubs 5-1. Rockies rolled over the Guardians 8-6. Reds beat the Cardinals 3-1. Nationals topped the Braves 8-4. Giants beat the Phillies 8-4. It was the Mariners 3, Astros 2, and the Padres edged the Marlins 2-1. Dodgers in New York against the Mets postponed. And Major League Baseball umpire Angel Hernandez is retiring, effective immediately, ending a controversial 3-decade-long career that in recent years turned Hernandez into a source of consternation with players and a punching bag among fans on social media. Hernandez said in a statement that he's retiring immediately and wants to spend more time with his family. Never a word about friends. And former Billie Jean King Cup captain Catherine Rinaldi and current Davis Cup captain Bob Bryan will coach the U.S. tennis players at the Paris Olympics. John Rydberg and John DeVos will coach the country's teams for the sport in the Paralympics. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Imperial Valley Volkswagen is having a sale. A big sale, and you're going to find big savings on the entire lineup of Volkswagens. The boss said that any reasonable offer will be accepted. There's top dollar for your trade-in. Interest rates as low as 0%. Interest rates as low as 0%. You may qualify for no payments for 90 days. You can't beat the selection. You can't beat the deals. Imperial Valley Volkswagen. 8 and 86 in Imperial.
And let's take a look at financial news with a brief look at the weather included. Right now, China is doubling down on its plan to dominate advanced technologies of the future by setting up its largest ever semiconductor state investment fund, according to information posted by a government-run news agency. Worth $47.5 billion, the fund is being created as the U.S. imposes sweeping restrictions on the export of American chips and chip technology in a bid to throttle Beijing's ambitions. Well, Beijing has already stolen all of the secrets that go into the U.S. chip making, but with its Made in China 2025 roadmap, Beijing has set a target for China to become a global leader in a wide range of industries, including AI, 5G wireless, and quantum computing. Elsewhere, U.S. home prices reached a record high in March, reflecting the housing market's persistent affordability crisis. The S&P Core Logic Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price Index, a measure of home prices across the country, jumped 6.5% in March from a year earlier to a record high. It is the sixth time the index has reached a new record high over the past year. The report showed that there's strong demand for housing in urban population centers such as San Diego, New York, Cleveland, and Los Angeles. The 20-city index rose in March at a slightly faster pace than in February. This month's report boasts another all-time high, said Brian Luke, head of commodities, real and digital assets at S&P Dow Jones Indices. We've witnessed records repeatedly break in both stock and housing markets over the past year. Taking a look at the markets right now, mixed on the big board. The Dow off 144 points at 38,925. The S&P 500 up 4 at 5308. And the NASDAQ up 87 at 17,007. No, James Bond isn't involved. Gold up $19.70 an ounce, and oil up $1.71 a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here at Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We'll have sunny skies today with a high near 103. West-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming northwest. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 71. West winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 103. West-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming south. Right now, downtown El Centro, we are already at 79 degrees. With that, 29% our relative humidity. The wind is calm. By the way, your border wait time, downtown Calexico, 2.5-hour wait, 15 minutes entry, 45 pedestrian. At the Eastport, a 40-minute wait, no waiting entry. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal, the only postal box service offering 24-hour a day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil in El Centro.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile.
I'm Steve Kathan. Donald Trump's lawyer is attacking Michael Cohen's testimony during his closing argument this morning at the former president's criminal trial, and he says there is reasonable doubt in the government's case. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman says each side today looks for an edge.
You have to be authentic. The jury has to trust you as an advocate. The burden of proof is solely on the government.
I'm Matt Piper outside the criminal courthouse in New York. While closing arguments are underway just across the street, Robert De Niro is speaking on behalf of the Biden-Harris campaign. The actor says if Trump is elected, he won't leave office, saying he'd be a dictator for life.
Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world.
As he was speaking, Trump supporters were yelling about 50 feet away, trying to drown him out.
The U.S. Supreme Court today decided not to hear a bid by imprisoned celebrity lawyer Michael Avenatti to overturn his conviction for defrauding a client and extorting Nike. Overseas, witnesses report Israeli tanks today reached the center of Rafah. The news comes on the heels of what Israel called a tragic mishap, the military strike that touched off a deadly fire in a tent camp. CBS's Nancy Cordes has White House reaction.
They are calling the images heartbreaking. They are not letting Israel off the hook. They said that time and time again, they have warned Israeli leaders that they need to do more to protect civilians. And they are signaling that, at least in this case, they don't believe that that happened.
There's news today from the Vatican after an uproar over something the Pope said.
The Vatican has just issued an extraordinary apology for papal comments it never confirmed had been made. Italian Italian media have reported Pope Francis used an off-color derogatory term about gay men in a supposedly private meeting with Italian bishops last week. Now the Vatican says the pontiff never intended to use a homophobic term and that he apologizes to anyone who was offended. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
A federal judge today reopens the sentencing hearing for David DePape, the man convicted of attacking Nancy Pelosi's husband and threatening to kidnap her. DePape was sentenced to 30 years, but legal analyst Jessica Levinson says the judge did not allow him to speak in courts.
I don't think we should expect that there be a different sentence given. This is a procedural issue. DePape will be given his time to speak, and then I expect that the same sentence will be handed down again.
Wall Street, the Dow is down 160. The S&P and NASDAQ are higher. This is CBS News.
Switch to T-Mobile and save with tons of benefits on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Use the savings calculator to find out how at T-Mobile.com/switch.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800.
Pay a virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device, credit service, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Forbes is out with its list of self-made women.
31 female billionaires are on this year's list, including Taylor Swift, entrepreneur and singer Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, and Oprah Winfrey, among others. As a group, the 100 women on the list had a combined net worth of $154 billion, up about 25% from last year.
These people have to have created their own fortune. We're not saying they did it 100% by themselves with no help from anyone else, but they did not inherit their wealth. That's what we mean by self-made.
Carrie Dolan is Forbes' assistant managing editor. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
In a New York Times op-ed, Melinda French Gates says she'll donate $1 billion over the next 2 years to people and organizations working on behalf of women and families around the world, including on reproductive rights here in the United States. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
He's looking for a microphone. He looks all confused. And I think if he ever gets a microphone, we'll be able to talk to him because he's waving his arms. There's been something gone wrong here for just an instant.
AM 1230 KXO. 1230.